And now, for the faithfuls, this is a native Android screen reader segment, simply referred to as TalkBack Highlights. This is where some new feature or new happening with TalkBack is featured. And now, here's your newest TalkBack highlight.
And now we move on to the TalkBack highlight section, and John shows us a feature we've already discussed about TalkBack 16, which is the follow-up questions with Gemini.
Hello. In this edition of TalkBack Highlights, I'm going to show you a new feature that was introduced in TalkBack 16, which is follow-up questions for Gemini image descriptions. Right now I am on a photo, and the way you bring up the description is the same as it has been. You can either select Describe Image from the TalkBack menu, or if you have a gesture assigned to it, you can use that gesture. I'm just going to go ahead and use the TalkBack menu.
TalkBack menu. Page navigation.
And I'm going to find
Add label. Describe image.
Describe Image and double tap.
Detected image. A family of three is posing for a selfie, all smiling brightly. The man on the left has short dark hair and is wearing a maroon t-shirt. The child in the center has short brown hair and is wearing a gray shirt with cartoon beetles on it. The woman on the right has long, brown hair and is wearing a white and black striped shirt with a beige cardigan over it. They appear to be sitting on a dark leather couch.
And I'm just going to swipe right to show you what has changed in the interface here.
Thumbs up button. Thumbs down button.
So as you can hear, you can now rate the response with a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Continuing on.
Ask Gemini button.
Here's a button you can press to ask it using your voice. And I'll just give you an example. What color are the woman's eyes?
The woman's eyes are brown.
And then you can hit it again to ask a different question. How handsome is the man?
I am programmed to avoid making subjective assessments about people's appearance.
So it did understand the question. How many beetles are visible on the child's shirt?
I can see at least 3 beetles depicted on the child's shirt.
You mentioned the man's shirt was maroon. Can you tell me anything else about the shirt?
The man's shirt appears to be a simple, casual t-shirt with a crew neck.
That's probably right. My shirt is pretty boring. But I'm going to show you, if you don't want to use your voice to ask, you can swipe right.
Type question button.
And you can type a question here. So just to show you how to do it.
Showing Braille keyboard. W-H-A-T. What? C-O-L-O-R. Color. I-S. Is. B-B-C-O-U-C-H. Question mark. Submitting text. Couch question mark. Keyboard hidden. The couch appears to be a dark color, possibly black or dark brown.
So as you can see, it submitted the question when I swiped up with 2 fingers on the Braille keyboard, but if you're using a different keyboard, or if you just dismiss the keyboard, you can always swipe right to the
Send button.
Send button, and that will ask the question for you. And then to the right of this,
Close button.
is close, or I should say, if you swipe right, I think it's technically below everything. And you can either double tap this to get out of the interface or do the back gesture. That brings us to the end of this demonstration. I'm really enjoying this new feature. It makes an awesome feature even better. Again, this was introduced with TalkBack 16. Thanks for listening.
So there are things that I want to talk about here regarding this image description thing and the follow-up questions. Actually, it's a great feature. It's not something that we can actually discuss if it's good or not, because it's actually something great. They are taking image descriptions to the next level using this or through this addition. One thing that I didn't like is that first, Google didn't reveal the model that is that this image description and follow-up questions is using. So I hope to know which Gemini model is used. This is one thing, and the other thing, actually, the problem here is in the database that it's using. It's old, so according to the model itself, because I was able to ask it, and it was able to give me the answer actually, and told me that it's in something, I don't remember actually the exact month, but it was something in 2021, maybe December or September, I don't remember, but it's 2021. So if you're trying to ask it about most recent or the recent events, it won't give you information because it's outdated. Its database is already outdated. Its training data set is outdated. So this is something, it's not a big deal actually, because usually you will ask it about like things to be described. It's not really that type of chat that you will just talk about stuff like asking about what's happening or something. But it's also good to have it like using a most recent updated like version. It's better. It was like, it's good. I mean, John was able already, or showed us already, the capabilities, especially with respect to people. It's describing people in a good way. It's not having sort of restrictions, the annoying restrictions regarding asking about people and giving information. Actually, Gemini itself doesn't have this issue, even when you are using other things that are not actually blind related, like the camera live feature and other stuff. So it's good. Well, it's also the answers that you get are good, but talking about the other thing, which is the entire screen description, it's having some issues. Actually, it was hallucinating icons on my home screen. I don't know why it decided to say that there are these icons on the screen, although the icons that it talked about are actually some famous apps icons, which it shouldn't have to have this issue with respect to icon identification. But I mean, the great thing about this Gemini thing and image descriptions, it's very, very, very quick, because when you are using the visual one, you have to wait sometimes for about a minute or less. Sometimes it's less actually, but you have to wait. Even if you're sharing something with other apps like Be My Eyes and other apps, you have to have slight waiting. Here, it's almost instantaneous. So this is really, and usually like it's something that's happening constantly. So not like this time you will wait, tomorrow you won't, or after 5 minutes you won't wait. It's always like very quick, which is something really we should praise Google for, because it's something really great not to need to wait when you are just checking something quickly and you want to get this description which will not actually disrupt your workflow at all when you are just getting the description and closing, and it's really great.
Yeah, and I think you made an important point. Like, does it matter if it's up to date or not? I mean, in certain instances, it might, probably in the follow-up stuff. But if what you want is, a quick description, and it is only describing the image even when you follow up, well, it would be great if it was up to date to 2025. But if it isn't, you perhaps use another AI engine to do the things you need that to do. It just needs to do a description of the image, doesn't it?
The whole idea is to describe or give follow-up responses to what is being described, not asking something that is outside of that image. So it really doesn't matter what model it is using. So for me, I think as long as it gives me relative information as to what's going on the screen, I think that's the whole intent. I'm not going to ask it something outside of that screen, because if that was what I want, then I'll just use Gemini to do that.
But it would be better if it was using the latest Gemini, you will get better descriptions, even though whatever we're asking on screen. Are those orange cheeks? Are they chubby cheeks? Am I pulling orange cheeks?
Yeah, but that, Ed, the thing is saying ask a follow-up question. You're asking a follow-up question about what is on the screen. So
on the image,
it doesn't make sense to ask something that is not relating to what is being viewed. That doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't. But the model, a better model might be able to better interpret the thing on the screen.
But we don't know for sure what it is. But the question is, does it give me answer to what I'm asking, the follow-up question?
Sure.
That's what matters. It doesn't matter what I'm trying to ask that is outside of that. That's not the intent.
No, I know. But like it gets its information from all sources, doesn't it? So you could have a Chat GPT like 3 model, and it would give you a fairly basic description. It is probably better to have the best model you can applied to the picture on your screen. Like, but
we got to keep in mind that this thing is something that is free for everyone. Some of the most capable models are paid versions, and you're not going to expect someone that does not have this. So for me, frankly, this is good enough, and there's nothing here to complain about.
No, absolutely, it's great. But also, you're sort of acknowledging by saying that there might be a marginal differential if you could have the paid model. So I think, well, Google will use its own what do you call them, API keys to query the the TalkBack image descriptions. So it's pretty good.
Yeah, but Warren, you were talking about the free and paid stuff. So actually, it's not bad to give TalkBack users the ability to use paid models. It's not at all bad. Google has the ability to do this. I don't say I wasn't saying, and I won't say that Google the image description provided in TalkBack is not good, or that the follow-up questions is not good. Actually, this is not the thing, but Google is able to. And other than that, there are free models that everyone can use, and Google could use them. So, for example, the 2.0 Flash and the 2.5 Flash preview, people can use it in the free version. So it's not really a problem, but being able to benefit from the recent models is something good. I mean, they have to rely on something stable enough. They shouldn't use previews. They shouldn't use the new versions, the versions that they are still just not stable. It's understandable, but it's good to always give the TalkBack users this flavor of updated stuff, because we rely on image descriptions, and the description itself will be impacted by the model that is used. And I'm going to do comparisons between the Gemini app and the Google TalkBack descriptions, and I think that I'll find that the Google TalkBack descriptions aren't going to be as rich and as the Gemini descriptions. I'm almost sure about that, but of course we can't give assumptions. It should be just something that we have to do tests, and after conducting the tests, to talk about it.
Yeah, and you need to decide whether that matters. Sometimes it might, but obviously if you're like flicking through your Facebook feed, you want a quick image description. You don't really care about what the thing is. It's not like, I mean, you do care because you're on your Facebook feed, but you're swiping, right? So maybe that's fine. Maybe when you're doing Gemini descriptions to describe a scene you care about, or to even give you a description of a document you care about, or whatever you're using Gemini for, that might be a more deliberate act. So maybe that's fine.
making a good point here. I think, we should put this into consideration, because also the speed will be impacted if you're using another model or a newer model. This could be impacted. Maybe they try to go for something light and effective, so they could give people quick responses. And I said it, actually, the responses are really swift. You get really prompt responses. You get something that you don't have to wait for. So like it's something good, and it's for Google. Like as I was saying, we should say that Google really did a good job here.